Bloody trailers. Always hands a fast forward through bloody trailers. Look at all this rubbish. I'm fast forwarding. Well, they might call it street food, but they still charge you restaurant prices for it. I can't say that Wallop Gas has generated much fanfare since it began, but if it did, and I was to meet, say, an attractive female fan, then I'd like to think that I wouldn't let myself down to that fan.
Excuse me, are you the Wallop Gas guy on YouTube?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love your stuff. Random man!
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
Will we do a quick selfie with me?
Yes, I'd be absolutely delighted to. Now, I'd like to think that that's how I'd respond to a sexy female fan, but we creatives all have egos, and we crave just about any form of adulation going. But I just hope that I wouldn't spoil it by being a little bit rapey.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Well, now that you've met me, perhaps we could continue this back at mine.
You what?
I mean sex. Do you want to have sex with me?
Okay, you're being a bit weird now, so I'm just gonna go.
Please don't go. I think you're lovely, and I really do mean that. Fucking bitch. Hello. Yes? Excuse me. But what is it? Are you the Wallop Gas guy on YouTube? Yes? Do you want to have sex? Bloody hell. It's Tom the Cat. Just because a band was influential, it doesn't mean that their influence was a good one. Kraftwerk, they were influential, but what did they influence? Soft Cell and Pet Shop Boys. Shite.
Hi there, I'm Andy. Greetings and salutations. I hope you're having a great day. I'm not. Now today, I'd like to share with you some handy tips on how to place and remove shopping from the boot of your car. Now I find shopping quite stressful, but I've realised it doesn't have to be this way. So here are my top 3 tips on how to place and remove shopping from the boot of your car. First of all, make sure you've got plenty of space in your boot. You got that? Secondly, when you return home from the supermarket, position your car with the rear of the car nearest the front door. This will stop you having to make many trips with heavy bags for long distances. Okay, you got that, you cunts? Tip number 3, may seem obvious, but it works for me, is go and unlock the front door of your house. Make life easy for yourself. You don't want to be there with your heavy shopping in both hands, fumbling for your house keys. So open the door of your house before you start unpacking the shopping. Well, those were my 3 top tips for placing and removing shopping from the boot of your car. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've not. And do join me next time when I'll be unboxing a new pair of curtains and doing a short tutorial on how to hang the curtains. So thank you and goodbye, goodbye, you cunts.
Postnatal depression? Bollocks. More like the realisation that you regretted having children. You should try having post-coital depression. Now that's depression. Oh, hello. I'm Jack. I'd like to give you a tour of my home. This is the living room. Another interesting feature about this living room is that where there was once a gas fire, there's now just a great big hole. That's a closed maiden. This is the kitchen. Those are the Venetian blinds, which we have on the kitchen windows. The clever thing about those is that you can actually adjust how much light comes in and out of the kitchen. This room here is called the pantry, or a larder. This is where we keep lots of junk and spare food that isn't ready to be eaten. And we've even got 2 bottles of champagne, just in case we ever get any good news one day. That's the bathroom, where I do all the ablutions. This is the attic where I live for the majority of my time. I've done just about everything up here you can imagine. Now I'm going to have a little drink now, just a drop of port, because everyone should be able to do whatever they want inside their own house. Granted, yes, it is only 9:42 in the morning, but there's always time for a drink. Cheers. Thank you for following me on this tour of where I live. I hope you enjoyed the tour as much as I enjoyed conducting it. Oh, women, moan, moan, moan. Honestly, if men had miscarriages, we never heard the fucking end of it. It'd be like the time I left the fridge door open. Some of the biggest twats in this world happen to be vegans. And I don't just mean the preachy sanctimonious ones. Even the nice ones are annoying, and that's because they can't go more than 3 minutes without telling someone that they're bloody vegan. Now, the actual concept of being a vegan is a great, great thing. I just feel that the majority of practicing vegans are very, very insincere, as they tend to make it more about themselves rather than animal welfare. I had a wonderful vegan pie earlier from the Salad Gay Bar. It's this new vegan place in Chattington. You're not a vegan, are you? You know I'm not a vegan. Can I ask you something without you getting offended? When a vegan asks you that, it means that they're about to get all preachy on you. Now the secret is to be ready for the cunts. Okay. Are you a hypocrite? Now when you're being interrogated by a vegan or a Nazi, always answer the opposite to how you would normally. Yes, I suppose we're all hypocrites sometimes. Well, let me ask you this. Do you like animals? Not all of them, no. Some I like, some I don't like. Alright then. Would you ever kill an animal for pleasure? No. Would you allow another person to kill an animal for you? Well, of course. How else does it end up on the supermarket shelf? Would you eat a dog? No. But why not? What's the difference? Dogs are domesticated animals. So if you had to choose between either killing a pig or eating a dog, which would you do? Neither. But if you had to. But I don't have to. I know. But if you had to. But I don't know. Anyway, since when have you been vegan? Oh, since about 45 minutes ago. 45 minutes? Wow, and already you're being a complete wanker about it. Hey, at least I care about animal welfare. Piss off. All you care about is looking morally superior in front of others. That's what you're trying to do to me right now. Look, if everyone went vegan today, then it would... Because you're now a vegan, that means everyone else should be one as well. Yes, we all should go vegan. If you want to live in a world where everyone must live by the same rules, then move to fucking China. You just cannot stand it that I'm right, can you? Alright then, well let me ask you this. If you had to, would you rather A, kill a pig, or B, have sex with a 9-year-old? Wow, that's a tricky one. No, it isn't. But I guess that I would have to have sex with a 9-year-old. Providing that they were also vegan, because I don't believe any animal should have to die just so that I could have something to eat that night. Read into this what you will. Now, I'm not saying that all vegans are nonces, but some definitely are. You know what, I think I'll always be miserable, but that's kind of how I like it. Well, if you're not cut out for driving, then you're not cut out for anything. My name is David, and I work as an advisor at the Housing Association. I do this job because I want to help people, but for all the people that I do help, there are many, many, many more that I fail to. With our clients, we have a point system, and if a client manages to tick the right boxes, then their chances of being housed will increase greatly. Question 1, Graham. Sexuality. Are you LGBT or plus?
Well, I'm not gay, if that's what you mean.
Oh, that was the wrong answer. You'd have got more points if you said you was. Now what I need from you, Graham, is a good sob story. Are you a refugee at all? Nobody likes to ask personal questions about mental health, drug abuse or criminal convictions, but those who possess those traits do in fact get help much faster than other people. Question 2. Do you suffer from any mental health disorders?
No mental health disorders. I'm sound as a pound upstairs.
Are you sure, Graham? Because it would really help your case if you was. I try to help everyone, but sometimes the system won't allow me to. So, I have to encourage clients to embellish their stories. Am I encouraging people to play the system?
Absolutely. Otherwise, you're on the streets. And I do not want that on my conscience. Aren't there any hostels or nothing for people like me? For a healthy heterosexual? Not on your Nelly. I think it's fair to say that a little part of me dies each day in this job. So I'm going to be sleeping rough soon. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me? I'm devastated I wasn't able to help Graham, but sadly, his points do indicate that he's healthy enough to live on the streets. But this could work in his favour, as one day, in a few years' time, when we've housed all the pond life and all the cross-channel migrants, David will have done a few years on the streets and hopefully gained himself a drug addiction, a few mental health issues, but more importantly, he'll have gained points. And with those points, we'll be able to put him into a hostel. Hopefully. No, I won't sleep tonight, because, how can I, knowing I've just put another person on the streets? And that's the worst thing about this job. How can you turn that camera off, please?
They say bands with the worst relationships are the ones that make the best music, like the Kinks, for example. Bollocks, can't stand them either. Well, it's the end of the show, and that's all I could come up with. But hey, how good was Andy in the how to remove shopping from the boot of your car sketch? So much so that I think we should have a little bit more of him right now. Only this time, set to music. Bye, you cunts.
You cunts. You cunts. You cunts. Bye, you cunts. Bye, you cunts. Bye, you cunts. Bye, you cunts.